What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the show, and today we are hopefully, fingers crossed, double fingers crossed, going to be resurrecting the Hawk 250 here, at which point does it cease to be a Hawk and then become a Phoenix? Maybe we need to get some red plastics. We'll have to see if we can get this thing to actually run in idle, because if you remember correctly, I completely failed to do that last time. So let's dive on in. Okay, so for those of you who missed the last episode, go check it out because it was fun, and it gives you a little bit of backstory as to what's going on with this motorcycle. But if you're gonna go ahead and skip it anyway, which is your prerogative, this right here is or was a Hawk 250, which is an Amazon bike that goes for about $1,600. I purchased it for $800 from Dork in the Road because his brother crashed it. He rode it once, crashed it, sold it. There's a whole bunch of crash damage on here, but we can't start working on that until I can get this motorcycle to run and idle. The biggest thing that I thought we were battling last time was bad gas in the gas tank, which is down there, and bad gas clogging the carburetor. I've replaced the carburetor with a very nice $60 Nibby carburetor, of course, naturally, from Amazon.com. And this thing is supposed to be bolt-on, ready to rock and roll. But then I started the bike, or attempted to start the bike, and found that there was no spark getting to the engine. So tracing that back, we found that the coil was bad. So then naturally, of course, I purchased from Amazon a new Nibby coil. We're gonna see whether or not this new ignition coil is gonna work, because I still need to change the oil on this stupid thing. It is currently a paperweight until I can drop the old olive oil that's in the engine and put in some nice new stuff. So, whew, nothing to it but to do it. Let's dive on in and see if we can't actually get this bike to run today. All right, let's get cracking. Oh, great start. It's an 8, not a 10. I actually decided to get, while I was out, some nicer bolts. I'm thinking that these are just going to be slightly more high quality than what came on the bike. Okay, we're so close. I may need to tap that out with a hammer or something, because it's just a C hair too long. This is nothing a hammer shouldn't be able to fix. There she blows. Cool. Okay, please no explode. Is it on? Yeah, it's on. Okay. Let's see if it'll spark. Nope. What? Okay, I think I realized what the problem is. I think it's because I'm a dumbass. So this is the hot wire right here. This comes in to the green, and then I actually need to ground the thing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna take this right here. I'm gonna cut the ring terminal off and run it to ground right there. So give me a minute. There we go. Now I grounded the circuit. Okay, and engine start, take like 4, I think. Spark test. Nothing. This is starting to grow concerning. I think I might have been a real big fucking idiot here. So I'm gonna put all this back together and we're gonna see if we get a spark this time, because I think I might have found the issue. Oh my God, if this was the issue, I'm gonna be so freaking mad at myself. Okay. Is everything on? Yep. Okay. I had the kill switch in the wrong position. Oh my God! I'm such a moron! Oh, why am I so stupid? Oh my God, I'm never gonna let myself live this one down. Yeah, the bike's broken. No, I'm just a fucking colossal dipshit. All right, let's try it again. I think the choke might need a little bit. Let's. My stupidity knows no bounds. When you remove my boundless, powerful stupidity, just sheer raging ignorance and hubris, the motorcycle runs great. I'm really liking the way it sounds. It sounds kind of not aggressive per se, but thumpy. I'm letting it warm up pretty good, because then I can do an actual oil change. I do need to put the crankcase breather back on there, though. Well, it's alive. I'm just taking it for a quick little test ride in the neighborhood, just to kind of see how the carb's doing. I also want to get that oil moving more so than just, more so than just having it sit and idle in my garage. I want to actually like get it up and moving, run a couple of miles through it. And this is actually the first time I've had this bike off of my street, which is really cool. Oh. I tell you, if there wasn't a massive wildfire danger out here today, I'd be out here having a lot of fun. Oh, it's so soft, and that front fork is so bent. I'm pretty sure this is some farmer's field. I don't know that I'm supposed to be out here, but
Anywho, let's turn this dumb thing around, get it back to the garage, and oh yeah, the speedo cable, it gets stuck on the horn sometimes, so it can't turn left. Gonna need to fix that. The carb definitely needs a tune. I need to sit down and futz with it. But, you know what? At least it's running. That was more than could be said earlier, but I think that was more due to my own incompetence than anything. Alright, back to the garage. Let's drop the oil. And let's see about servicing some of the other doodads on this thing here. That is actually going to make a pretty big difference in the way this motorcycle runs and rides. No muss, no fuss. Feels really good. The throttle's really responsive now. Before, when I had it running, it was really sluggish. It's really crisp, really responsive. Let's see here. It still stumbles when you snap it open like that, but I've had a lot of carbureted bikes do that. Welcome back to Many Days Later, Spite. I actually forget when the last day I was working on this was. At least on camera anyway, because after watching my colossal failure, changing the oil and all that, I got kind of frustrated with myself, I'm not gonna lie. It was irritating to know that I wasted most of the morning because I had the kill switch on, and that did make me think that I had the kill switch on with the old coils. So what I actually did off camera, let me grab it, is I put this thing back in the motorcycle. I actually put the coil back on and tried it out and made sure that what was going on was what I thought was going on, which was we had a burned out coil, and we do. This coil's trash. I watched the tapes. I went back in because what ends up happening when I edit a lot of these videos is I take the highlight clips of the video you're watching, because otherwise it would be hours and hours long and nobody wants to watch that. So some of you guys did notice that in one of the shots the kill switch was off. I was actually switching the kill switch on and off and trying it because I'm not entirely convinced that it was working. Now I know it is. Suffice it to say, the bike is indeed running. Kill switch is indeed off. I turned it over a little bit earlier this morning just to make sure everything was still copacetic. And yeah, it's running great. It's a little cold. There's like no hesitation on the throttle when it's warm. So, the plan for today is to basically clean this thing up, stitch it back up as much as possible, put the new dash on here because I need to know whether or not this speedo cable is broken. I suspect that it is, but if it isn't, I'm probably going to replace it anyway. And then after that, it's just a couple little things here and there to fully restore this motorcycle. I would like to get some new plastics. Definitely need to put the new fork on. A lot of little things. That'll be another episode, but let's start wrapping things up today. First things first, let's sort out this crankcase breather here. All right, so airbox is back in. I also took the passenger pegs off because I'm never, ever, ever gonna carry a passenger, and they're just kind of ugly on this bike. I mean, look at how big that sucker is. They're also kind of heavy, and anything I can do to save some weight, including eating fewer cheeseburgers, is gonna help this motorcycle go a little bit quicker. One problem I did notice is this brake hose, it's just a rubber hose. It's the chintziest brake hose I've ever seen. So I'm probably going to lower it significantly and put it right here. Admittedly, it's steel lines down here, so this little hose doesn't super matter, but I do want to put this down lower so it's not all the way up here next to the hot exhaust. It should be kind of here-ish. All right, let's see about replacing this dashboard. A very truly busted dashboard. Okay, let's get the new one out of the truck. Well, folks, this is the second time I've had to end my hawk adventures in some form of failure, but at this point, it's not really my fault. Or I'm gonna say it's not my fault. So this is the original dashboard that came off the Hawk, and it is spent. It is thoroughly donezo. And the new one actually looks really great. The housing is fine. However, this is off the Braz 250 Recon, which is a version of the Hawk 250 that's slightly more upmarket, has more features. Namely, it's got a gear position indicator, which is this guy, and it's got a digital tachometer. So I need to figure out a way to get this guy to work with this bike. I really want to use this because it's a nicer unit, or find a similarly cheap one that'll just bolt right up. I do think my Speedo cable is completely spent. I should probably replace it anyway. But yeah, I'm unfortunately gonna have to call it here because I don't have the solution to this problem. So this is the nature of digging into used beat up motorcycles. Caveat emptor. However, despite my massive and staggering stupidity the other day, bike's basically ready to rock and roll. You don't need a dashboard to go do your off-road goofing off. You just need the bike to run. And I think that, you know, once I figure out how to fix this situation, it's all over but the shouting. And then we can actually have some fun out on this stupid thing and maybe test some horrible, terrible mods and do all kinds of fun shenanigans. So stay tuned for the rest of it. I apologize that today wasn't more of a pulled together experience because that's just how my brain works sometimes. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. See you later.